and our Pitch for Capital Lunch and Learn. I'm David, your host, and we were doing some lunch and learns about a year ago, and I had a host um, uh, when we were doing some Pitch for Capital educational events. Now that we have updated the website, we've spent the last few months getting the Pitch for Capital deal room ready. And so we're starting to work with Startup Steroid, the Startup Council, to help us manage the deal flow. So basically, I'll be going over how to pitch like a survivor. But first, we want to talk about some of the goals that we're going to have for Pitch for Capital as we start launching some events, in person events, and online. So we're finalizing the deal room so we can stop talking about potential and start looking at actual mechanics of rounds and how to raise capital and helping companies and helping founders and helping investors get to the right deal flow and get matched to the right deal flow. So we want to start looking at the actual mechanics post seed with traction and revenue ready going into their A round is usually the best sweet spot for a founder. So if you already raised some capital and put in some of your own, and then also raise some capital, friends and family, and have developed your own product and have it MVP out there, and you're generating some revenue, have some traction, and those are the best deals that are the best match. To put it in context, we're working with some investor syndicate partners. Some they're in the EU and the Middle East. They have specific mandates for deal flow in North America. So right now we're moving into the due diligence phase on a diverse mix, specifically AI, fintech, real estate, stablecoin, data centers. We have a lot of different deal flow, pretty agnostic deal flow, clean tech also. So there's a lot of different types of deals that we will have, and to basically we'll go over some of the different rules and basic standards that we have to get into the deal room. And we'll have some more information as we go on week to week on these pitch for capital of different lunch and learns every week. And we're doing these lunch and learns as we move forward. We'll be doing in-person demo days in Las Vegas, where I am, and then also be doing them in Los Angeles, and we'll be doing them in different cities. So stay tuned for different announcements. You'll hear the announcements, and you'll hear where we'll be starting next month. April, we'll be in Las Vegas, and we'll be doing a launch demo day, April 22nd. So you can start seeing some ads. You might start seeing some things that are going up. So you'll start seeing some more information, how to register and how to see what we're doing and what we're all about. So welcome to the show for this week. And what we'll do this week now is we'll start talking about the idea and the concept of how to win a pitch competition. And it's different how to win a pitch competition now than it was before. So we'll go into how to win a pitch competition in 2026. And so it's important to know how to be your best and how to really tighten up your pitch for investors. So we'll go through that now, and how to best try to make sure that your pitch is tight and accurate, so that you can win pitch competitions when you enter them. You just don't want to enter them; you want to win them. So, basically, we'll go into that, and so let's get into it. And you might have poured your life into a world-changing idea, but when you pitch, all you get is blank stares and polite no's. So what if you walk into any room and have investors lean in, ready to write a check? That's the difference between a good idea and a funded one. So in this podcast, in this video, I'm going to break down the exact 5-step framework you need to win any pitch competition in 2026 and get the funding you deserve. So to introduce, like I said, we're going to be doing pitchforcapital.com. You can check out our website. And I've used this framework to help clients practice to win pitch competitions and secure seed funding. But I've also been a judge on the other side of the table at different pitch competitions. I've seen exactly where the founders shine and more often where they crash and burn. So let's be clear, the game has completely changed. The freewheeling days of 2021 are long gone. As we head into 2026, the VC and family office investor landscape is different. No more moonshot promises anymore. It's not about that. It's about tangible results and solid business models. Investors are getting, of course, smartening up, getting more cautious, have more data than ever before they even meet you. So they're looking for what they call smart builders. They're looking for founders who can turn a big vision into reality with discipline, clarity, and capital efficiency. The bar for what gets funded has been raised a lot. Today, a brilliant idea isn't enough. You need to prove it. The growth at any cost era is over, like Uber. Think of it like this. The old era was a drag race where you just noticed, just was kind of like in a drag race. A new era is now a 24-hour endurance race. It's a lot different. So you have to make sure that that it's an endurance race now, so it's a lot different. And so when we see these things, and when we see this, and we see how it's now been, like I said, it's not about new moonshots. It's about tangible results. They're looking for people who are in a 24-hour endurance race more than kind of just like that growth at any cost. So that it's more like now the winners aren't just fast, they know how to manage the fuel. They watch the tire wear and they drive their founder car with discipline precision. The new mantra is growth with discipline. This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to prepare you. In this tougher environment, founders who master the art of the pitch, who can communicate their value with surgical precision, are the ones who get the cash. And the good news, there's still plenty of funding for those who get the new rules. So we're going to try to help you in this video to master this and survive. We'll go through the 5 critical steps, turning each one into a mini masterclass so you can walk in ready to win. So the first step, the 60-second hook. Master your opening story. The first 60 seconds of your pitch aren't for your product or your market size or your tech. They're for your story. In a world drowning in data, a story is the only thing that cuts through the noise and creates an instant human connection. Investors write checks based on numbers, but first they have to fall in love with a narrative. So many founders blow it by opening with a fire hose of stats or jargon. They lead with the what before anyone cares about the why. In 2026, your opening story needs to do 3 things. Fast. Set up a relatable problem. Show your personal connection to it and create an emotional anchor for the rest of your pitch. Think of your story as the sharp hook on a fishing line. Its only job is to pierce through the indifference and grab their attention so you can reel them in with the rest of your pitch. First, start with a specific moment of frustration or a story. Don't say communication in healthcare is inefficient. That's abstract and boring. Say this instead. 2 years ago, I sat in a hospital waiting room waiting for 6 hours, watching my mom suffer because 3 different specialists couldn't get their hands on the same patient file. That wasn't a system failure, it was human failure, and I knew I had to fix it. See the difference? One is a statement, the other is a story. It has character, a setting, and real stakes. Second, connect your personal pain to a universal one. That's where you zoom out. After the story about your mom, for instance, you follow up with, and my family's story isn't unique. In fact, studies show that communication failures in healthcare are a leading cause of medical errors, costing the system billions of dollars annually and leading to thousands of preventable deaths. Now you've taken in an emotional hook and backed it with a shocking, quantifiable fact. You've shown the judges this isn't just your problem, it's a massive, expensive problem for millions. Third, position yourself as the hero of this journey. You're not just some random entrepreneur who saw a market gap. You're the person who felt this pain so deeply you had to dedicate your life to solving it. The judges should be thinking this founder gets this problem better than anyone because they lived it. This isn't just about credibility, it's about showing an obsessive sense of purpose. Investors know the startup journey is brutal. They want to back founders with a deep personal motivation that will get them through the tough times. So, how do you find your story? Think about the moments of peak frustration that made you say, enough is enough. What was the spark? Talk first to your customers. Sometimes their stories are even better than yours. Once you have a few, practice telling them. Record yourself. Use a tool like an AI speech coach to check your pacing and tone. A great story feels real, not rehearsed. The goal of this first minute isn't to explain your business, it's to make the judges care. It's to earn their attention for the next 3 or 4 or 5 minutes and turn them into skeptics. Turn for them from skeptics into fans who are rooting for you. Then step two, the irrefutable solution. Show, don't just tell. Once you hook them with a problem, it's tempting to jump into buzzwords about your solution. We developed a synergistic platform that leverages AI to optimize workflow. Language like that is a huge red flag for investors. It's vague and it doesn't prove a thing. The mantra here is simple: show, don't just tell. In 2026, investors now are backing startups that deliver real results. A pitch without proof is like a chef describing a gourmet meal. No matter how eloquent they are, you want to taste it for yourself. Your job is to give them that taste. This proof comes in two flavors: the demo and the traction. First, if you can, you must show your product in action. A quick live demo is 1,000 times more powerful than a slide of bullet points. If you have an AI logistics platform, show the dashboard predicting a supply chain disruption. If you have a physical product, bring a prototype. Let the judges see it and touch it. Your demo shouldn't be a full feature tour, it should be a magic trick. Focus on the one wow moment that makes your solution feel like a no brainer and rehearse it until it's flawless. If a live demo is too risky, a slick 30-second video works too. Just bring your product to life. Second, and even more important, is traction. Traction is the free sample that proves people are lining up for your food. It's the proof that the market is literally pulling your solution out of you. For investors in 2026, traction is the new pitch deck. It isn't just revenue for a pre-product idea. It could be a customer discovery interviews. Show a slide that says we talked to 100 hospital admins and 85% said this is a communication gap that is a daily nightmare with no good solution. Or maybe it's a fast-growing waitlist for your beta. As you grow, traction gets more quantitative. Investors will dig into your unit economics. Think of it like a simple vending machine business. Your customer acquisition cost is how you spend to get one person to use your machine. Your lifetime value, LTV, is the total profit you'll make from them over time. Investors need to see that your LTV is much higher than your CAC. Show them your month over month growth and engagement metrics, not vanity stats like downloads, but daily active users or key actions taken in your app, especially for B2B software. Showing technical maturity is another form of traction. Mentioning that your platform is on the path to being SOC 2 compliance is like tell investors you're not just building a temporary shack, you're building a secure skyscraper designed to house major corporations. Be specific and visual. Don't just say we have strong early traction. Say we launched our beta 8 weeks ago and got 500 users with zero marketing spend, growing 30% a week over week. Use graphs to make this growth undeniable. This builds massive credibility and answers the questions already forming in the judges' minds. And in the third step, you want to sell your team, not just the idea. Investors have a saying, bet on the jockey, not on the horse. An A grade team with a B grade idea is almost a better bet than the reverse. A great idea will always hit roadblocks. A weak team will fold. A great team will adapt and find the way to win. In 2026, investors focused on disciplined execution. Your team is more critical than ever. Your pitch needs a dedicated moment to sell your team. The goal is to answer one question. Why is this the one team in the world that can solve this problem and build a huge business from it? A common mistake is team slide with just headshots, job titles, and the university logos. That's information, not a story. To build a compelling team narrative, focus on three things: founder, market fit, complementary skills, and shared history. First, founder, market fit. This is the why you question. Think of it as a unique key for a specific lock. Your personal experience and deep empathy for the problem make you the only key that can open this opportunity. If you're building a tool for nurses, it's a huge advantage if your co-founder was a nurse. Instead of saying Jane Doe CTO worked at Google, say our CTO Jane spent 7 years on Google's core research team scaling systems for billions of queries. She knows exactly how to build world-class tech, which is exactly what our customers need. Second, show you have complementary skills. Your team is like a three-legged stool. It needs all three legs to be stable. Investors look for the hacker, tech, the hipster, product design, and the hustler, sales, business. Your slide should prove that you have the technical chops to build it, the vision to make it loved, and the business sense to sell it. Investors get nervous if one leg is missing. Third, if you have a shared history, show it off. Have you worked together before? Built and sold a company? It proves you can handle stress and conflict together, which is dramatically de-risk the investment. If you don't have that history, you'll highlight your shared vision and values. So, what if you're a solo founder? Create a team of advisors slide. Surround yourself with credible advisors and early hires. A well known industry veteran or a successful serial entrepreneur lending their name gives investors huge confidence. It shows you can attract top talent and are smart enough to fill your own gaps. Your team slide is your credibility slide. It proves your vision is in capable hands. The fourth step is the real pitch, winning the Q&A. A lot of founders think the pitch is over when they say thank you. That's wrong. The presentation is just the opening act. The main event is where the deals are actually won or lost is the Q&A. The Q&A is the stress test. It's where investors see how you really think. In 2026, with due diligence being more intense than ever, mastering the Q&A isn't just a bonus, it's everything. Success isn't about improvising. It's about obsessive preparation. You should walk in ready 90% of the questions. Your goal is to make it feel like a conversation, but you're actually executing a well rehearsed plan. This comes down to three things: anticipation, framework, and simulation. First, anticipation. Think like an investor. Make a list of every possible skeptical question about your business: the market size, competition, technology, go to market, financials, team. Go through your own deck slide by slide and ask, what's the toughest question someone could ask here? You should have at least 50 questions. Then research the judges. If you're doing a pitch competition, the judges might be a former CEO, or you might know unit economics. Second is the framework. Don't memorize answers. Instead, develop a framework. A great one is the acknowledge, answer, bridge method. Acknowledge, say, and a lot of people do that. That's a great question, or that's something we've thought a lot about. It shows you're listening. Answer, be direct and concise. If they ask for a number, give it. Bridge, this is the key. Think of it like a judo move. You take the force of the question and redirect it to your advantage. After you answer, pivot back to one of your core strengths. If you asked about a competitor, you would say, "That's a great question." While competitor X serves large enterprises, we focus on small businesses, a huge underserved market, and that focus is exactly why we have the traction we have with almost no marketing spend. You turn a defensive question into an offensive play. What if you don't know the answer? Never lie. You'll get caught. Just be honest and confident. Say, "That's an excellent point. I don't have that specific data right now, but here's what I can tell you about adjacent metrics, and I'll follow up with the exact answer this afternoon." This shows honesty and follow through, which is incredibly impressive. Third of all is dissimulation. You have to practice Q&A out loud. Do it dozens of times with mentors and other founders, and then you can help them. Tell them to be brutal. Record yourself. Are you getting flustered? Are you talking too fast? Tools can give you feedback on pacing and filler words. The goal is to get so comfortable with the pressure that the real thing feels easy. During the Q&A, don't just pitch, have a conversation. Look the judge in the eye. When you've answered, don't just wait. Confidently ask, "What other questions can I answer?" This puts you in control. And then we want to have the confident close, the ask and the vision. The last few moments of your pitch are your final chance to make an impression. This is where you state exactly what you need, and more importantly, paint a picture of the incredible future you'll build with their money. A weak close kills a great pitch. A strong close inspires confidence and creates urgency. It has two parts, the ask and the vision. First, the ask. This is the most straightforward slide, but a lot of people mess it up. You have to be crystal clear about how much money you're raising and what you'll do with it. Don't say we're raising between 500K and 750K. It sounds indecisive. Pick a number, own it. We're raising 750,000 seed round. Next, show use of funds with a simple chart. Think of it as your recipe. You're not just asking for a bag of groceries, the money. You're showing investors the exact recipe you'll follow with the ingredients like key hires, customer acquisition, and product development to bake a delicious cake, your milestones. Be specific. 40% for key hires, 2 senior engineers, 1 head of sales, 35% for customer acquisition to get our first 1,000 paying customers, and 25% for product development to build our enterprise features. Then connect the funds to a timeline and milestones. This gives us 750,000 in an 18-month runway to hit 3 key milestones, reach 1 million in annual revenue, secure 3 flagship enterprise clients, and launch our international module. Hitting these milestones will position us to raise our Series A at a valuation of over 20 million. This shows investors exactly what they're buying, progress. After the logical ask, pivot to the vision. If the ask was the detailed blueprint, the vision is the stunning artist rendering of the finished skyscraper. You zoom out from the 18-month plan and remind them of the massive, world changing opportunity. Connect back to the emotion from your opening story. But now paint the picture of the future you're building. Imagine a world where every doctor has the information they need to save lives. A world where the communication failures that affect millions are the thing of the past. That's the world we're building. The $750,000 we're asking for isn't just an investment in a software company, it's the down payment on that future. This is your I have a dream moment. It should be big, it should be emotional and inspiring. This is what judges will remember long after they've forgotten your financial projections. End with a simple, confident thank you. your logo, and your contact info on the final slide. You've taken them on a journey from a real problem to a logical solution that ended with an inspiring vision. So let's tie it all together in summary. Winning a pitch competition in 2026 isn't about flashy slides. It's about mastering the new rules of a disciplined investment world. It's about clarity, evidence, and storytelling. First, you hook them with a powerful personal story that makes the problem feel real and urgent. Second, you prove your solution is a no brainer with a killer demo and hard data that shows the market wants what you're building. Third, you sell the team by showing why you are the only group with the unique experience and drive to win. Fourth, you prepare relentlessly to dominate the Q&A, because that's where the real pitch shows that you prove your depth. Finally, you nail the close with a crystal clear ask tied to specific milestones and an inspiring vision for the future. Follow these 5 steps, and you just won't be another founder with an idea. You'll be a smart, disciplined builder, exactly the kind of entrepreneur investors are fighting to fund in 2026. Be and pitch like a survivor. So if you're getting ready for your pitch, drop your biggest challenge in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe, because I'd like to read your input and how you think about this podcast and the world changing that we're doing. So now what we want to do is make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the like button. And we want to just make sure that you stay tuned. We're going to have more updates, and we're going to be doing more lunch and learns. We're coming up to doing in-person events, so we're getting excited. We're not just going to be doing podcasts. We're also going to be doing in-person events. So we'll be doing our first in-person event coming up on in April, and of course in our hometown of Las Vegas. We'll be doing our first one, and then we'll be doing more in Las Vegas, and then we'll be going on the road. Tech Week is coming up, and there's going to be some things coming up in the summer. So stay tuned for our upcoming schedule online. We're going to keep doing these lunch and learns every Thursday, and we'll be doing more online as we have more deal flow. We'll have more speakers come on and join me, and we'll have more speakers come on who are on the investor side and on the founder side as we keep going through the Pitch for Capital Lunch and Learns. So thank you for checking out our Building the Blockchain podcast, which is the Pitch for Capital Lunch and Learn this week. I'm David, and we want to thank you for tuning in. And we want to make sure that if you want to hear from more strategies and turning ideas into different funded world-changing companies, you make sure that you subscribe, hit that notification button, and now we want you to go build the future. And we're on different multiple channels, so you can catch us on Facebook, you can catch us on LinkedIn, you can catch us on Twitch, and then you can catch us on different streaming channels. So we're trying to make sure that we're on multiple platforms. So we want to thank you for tuning in to our Lunch and Learn, pitchforcapital.com. You can go register for our events, and you can check out our newsletter, and you can see as we're starting to market, you'll start seeing more of our ads out there. So go build the future and have a great day, and just keep moving forward. And we're going to be out there to help you with your pitches and help you with your dreams and help you build your future and help improve the future for others. Thank you. Have a great day.